start with some breathing techniques. So you can start with your palms on top of your thighs, coming into a seated position. So if you prefer to kneel, have your legs straight out in front of you or cross-legged. Just whatever's comfortable for you to stay seated in for about 5 to 10 minutes. We're just gonna sit up nice and tall with our spine nice and long. You can close your eyes. We're just gonna start with a big deep breath in, and then big deep breath out, sighing through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out and sigh. Deep breath in. Breathe out and sigh. We'll do one more like that. Big deep breath in. Breathe out and sigh. Perfect. Now we're just gonna elongate that breath. So we're gonna do 4 counts in, 4 counts out. And we're gonna breathe in and out through the nose. So you're gonna take a big deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out. Now coming in for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then wherever you are, take a big deep breath in, deep breath out. Now we're gonna add on to this breath. So we're gonna breathe in for the count of 4. Hold that inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold the exhale for 4. If you don't quite make the 4, that's okay. Just try to go as long as you can. So we'll start with 1 big deep breath in, deep breath out. Now breathing into the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold of the exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1. Oh, sorry, I'll hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then take a big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Beautiful. And we're just gonna go 1 step deeper. So we're gonna do a 6 count in and a 6 count out. So there's no hold at either end. We're just trying to make our breath a little bit deeper for the count of 6. And again, if you can't quite make that deep quite to 6, that's okay. Just go as deep as you can, and then exhale as deep as you can. All right, big deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going at your own pace. Emptying all the air out of your body when you exhale. Breathing in, feeling that belly expand as you keep sipping that air in at the top. Try to keep your inhales equal to your exhales. You're breathing in the same amount of time as you're breathing out. Wherever you are, take a big deep breath in, breathe out, and sigh. So we're going to do one last breathing. So this one, I want you to place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. You're going to take 2 breaths in, 1 breath out. So when you breathe in, you're going to fill up the belly first, then breathe in, fill up the chest, and then breathe out. And we're gonna breathe through the mouth for this one. If you find your mouth gets dry, just stop, take a drink of water or swallow, and then just continue. So 1 breath in through the belly, 1 breath in through the chest, and then breathe out. So in, out. 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 Good work, keep going. In, out. Continuing at your own pace. Almost there. Last breath in. Big breath out. Releasing the hands on top of the thighs. Just feeling the effects of the breathing. Slowly open the eyes. And we're going to make our way into our first pose. And we're going to actually start by laying on our stomachs. If you have your strap nearby your belt, you want to keep that handy. Otherwise, I'm just going to move all the other props out of the way. make sure your strap is just nearby where you can grab it. And you're going to start by coming down onto our bellies. And you can keep, I'm going to grab for my right leg. I'm going to keep my left hand just bent so I can rest my head on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach my right hand back, reaching for my right foot. And then I'm just going to relax down, pulling my heel towards my bum. What you want to make sure is that your knee isn't flaring out to the side. And if you can't quite reach with that hand, this is where you're going to add that strap around your foot to add that leverage so that you're able to reach the toes. So once you reach your toes, pull back until you feel a stretch in the quad and you're pulling your heel towards your bum. Then you can go ahead and rest that head down onto your mat. And we're just going to take a big deep breath in, deep breath out. We're going to stay here for about 2 minutes, just feeling that easy stretch. If you want it to make it a bit harder, you can reach back with both hands, and pulling that heel back towards your bum. Resting that head down, big deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Try to relax the glutes, relax the back, relaxing the front of the legs, back of the legs. And then we're going to slowly release the foot, letting that leg go straight. I just want you to rest your head, staying here with those legs straight before we move on to the other side. Taking 3 deep breaths in and out here. Just resting that forehead down or turning your head to one side. And then we're going to slowly reach back with our opposite hand. So your left hand to your left foot, bending that heel towards your bum, making sure that knee isn't flaring out to the left side. Just an easy stretch for that quad. And then you can come to rest your head, either forehead facing down or turn your head to one side. Taking big, deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Trying to relax the muscles in your lower back, the legs, front of the legs and hips. And letting the legs both go straight. Resting the forehead on the arms or turning your head to one side. Staying here for 3 breaths. Big deep breath in and breathe out. And then from here, we're slowly going to come up onto our hands and knees. We're just going to do a couple of cat-cows here just to stretch out the lower back and the stomach. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just going to take a big, deep breath in, look up, letting that belly hang down. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, push through the hands. Big deep breath in, look up. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, push through the hands, breathe out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Couple more, just going at your own pace. Going with your own breath. And then coming back to flat back. From here, we're going to come into a kneeling position. So if you wanted to fold your mat in half or put a towel underneath the knee or blanket. So I'm going to start with my left knee down, my right leg up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to shift forward, keeping that chest upright. So here, if this is where, if you have some blocks, you can grab your blocks. And you're just going to place them on either side of that front foot. This can be done without the blocks as well if you just want to rest your hands down on the ground. What we're going to do is we're just going to come forward, letting those hips relax down, using the blocks to help keep the body upright. Back leg is relaxed. Going to take a big deep breath in, expanding through that chest. As you breathe out, let those hips, thighs, quads release. You might feel this in the back left leg. You might feel it in the front right leg and your glute, the crease of the hips. We're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. Big deep breath in, deep breath out. You can close the eyes if you like, just make sure you're keeping that chest rising up. Each time you exhale, letting the body relax a little bit more, releasing any tension or sensations that you feel in the lower body. Even though we're holding ourselves up, try not to let yourself hold that body from releasing any tension. From here, we're going to slowly shift back, so your bum is going back. You're going to be straightening out your front leg. You can walk those blocks back with you. So we're going to come into that hamstring stretch. You can place your blocks on either side, depending on how high you need. If you want, you can just put your hands on the floor. Pulling your toes back towards you. Do you feel that stretch in the back of the hamstrings and the calves? You can fold forward towards that leg. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we'll just slowly bend that knee. And we're going to come back to a kneeling position. And we're going to switch our legs. So we're going to bring our left leg forward, kneeling on that right knee. So if you want to switch, fold your mats up or place that towel underneath that right knee, you can. So taking that left foot forward, option to keep the hands on top of the thighs, keeping that chest up as you hinge forward, or taking the blocks on either side of that left foot. Extending those legs as far as you need to, just until you feel the stretch. Relaxing that back leg, opening up the chest, letting those hips sink down towards the mat. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out. And again, even though we're holding that chest up, keeping that chest up high, really think about letting the lower legs, muscles, hip flexors, quads, release and relax while you're in this pose. Big deep breath in. As you breathe out, relax, release. Deep breath in, taking that air, taking that oxygen anywhere that you feel any tension, tightness. And breathe out. I'm going to slowly shift back, walking those blocks back with you, straightening out that left leg, pulling the toes back towards you. You can place the hands on the ground if you'd like. Just feeling that stretch in the calves and the hamstring. Fold over that knee. Breathing here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. bending that left knee. We're gonna come back onto our hands and knees. Just placing your blocks to the side. Hands on the ground. So I'm gonna cycle through another cat-cow. Taking a big deep breath in, look up. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, push to the hands. And again, big deep breath in. And breathe out. We're gonna do one more, big deep breath in. And breathe out. Beautiful. Next, we're gonna come into supported pigeon. So you can use a pillow, your block, or a blanket. I'm going to use my bolster. So I'm just going to place it onto the left side of my mat. If you're using a block, you're going to use this block to sit on with your bum. This just helps to prop you up a little bit higher. You can also use a big pillow so that you can sit on so your bum is on it and your knee can be on it as well, or two pillows stacked beside each other. So you're going to come to sit beside your pillows or your blanket, and you're going to place your left glute on top of your pillow. And then you're going to take your left knee and place it on top of it, making a 90-degree angle with that front leg. So your left knee is in line with your left ankle. The back leg, option to keep it at 90 degrees. So your right knee is in line with your right hip, or you can extend that leg straight back behind you, just depending on where you are with your flexibility. Once you find this position, you're just going to fold forward over that left knee. It's just walking those hands forward. Just letting the head relax forward. If you wanted a prop underneath the forehead, you could. And again, depending on how flexible you are, you can fold all the way down, forward, over that front knee. Otherwise, staying up is perfectly fine. Just till you feel that stretch in that hip and glute on your left leg. You might even feel a little bit of a stretch on that straight back right leg. Taking a big deep breath in, deep breath out. Relaxing over that front leg. Relaxing the head and neck. If that's comfortable for you to have that head hanging down. Slowly start to walk our ourselves up. If you've extended that right leg, go ahead and bend it, bringing it up. And we're just going to bring our left leg back underneath us, coming into that seated or kneeling position. And we're just going to take our bolster or pillows or blankets to the right side of your mat. And then sitting beside your blankets or your props, you're going to put your right glute on top of your pillow, and then bring your right knee on top of that pillow. So your right knee is directly in line with that right ankle. And then take your left leg, keeping it bent at 90 degrees or straightening it back behind you. And then walking the hands forward, having your chest in line with that right knee. Staying here if that's enough for you, or walking it down further, folding forward over that right knee, letting the head relax down. Taking big deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Letting the muscles and the glutes release. Relaxing into the stretch as much as you can. Again, if you've extended that left leg, go ahead and bend it now. And then you're going to lift up that right leg, coming back onto our hands and knees. From here, we're going to extend those legs out in front of us. We're just coming into a forward fold. So if you want to pull those sits bones back, you can take your pillow and place it on top of your thighs. What we're going to do is just extend those arms forward, letting the body fall forward, letting that head relax. Nice, easy stretch for the whole back body. Big deep breath in, deep breath out. Feeling maybe that stretch behind the back of the neck, between the shoulder blades, maybe the lower back, you're feeling it. Only going as deep as that is comfortable for you. Take a big deep breath in and breathe out. One more deep breath in and slowly start to come up out of your pose. You can roll those shoulders if you like. And then we're going to come down, we're going to make our way onto our backs. If you have your block handy, you might want to use that, or your pillow. We're going to be coming into a supported back bend. So depending on what type of pillow you have, if it's quite firm, you could use that. If it's a little bit squishy and it's going to flatten on you when you lay on it, you might want to use your block as your support for underneath your hips. So we're going to find our way onto our backs. You're going to keep those knees bent, feet flat. So if you're using your block, option to use it on any side, so flat side, half, or full, just depending on how much of a stretch, how deep you want to go. So I'm going to go with the side, and I'm just going to lift my hips up, placing the block across the hips, and then releasing my arms down beside me. Option to keep the knees bent. You can also have the knees fall in towards one another, resting, or you can just let those legs go straight just depending on what's most comfortable for you and your body, your back. Most importantly, even if you keep your knees bent, feet flat, just try to release the glutes. So you're being supported by that block. So see if you can stop them from engaging. This is a good stretch for the hip flexors, the front of the body. Breathing in, big deep breath in, and breathing out. Completely feel supported by your prop, letting that body relax, feeling supported in this pose. Take a big deep breath in, deep breath out. If you've extended those legs out, slowly bring them back in so your feet are flat on the ground. Then you're going to slowly lift the hips up, removing that prop from underneath your hips. Letting the hips slowly come back down to the mat and extend the legs straight out. We're just going to stay here for 3 breaths, just feeling the effects of the stretch on your body, on your hip flexors, your back, your glutes. Big deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So we're going to get set up for our next pose. It is from a lying pose. If you want to keep a block or 2 handy, you can. So what I'm going to get you to do, keeping your right leg straight, you're going to bend your left knee towards your chest and just pull it in, give yourself a hug. And then what you're going to do is take the arms out to the side. So keep that knee bent, but just release it. Arms out to the side like a T. And then you're gonna let that knee, left knee, fall over to the right side. So setting up like a spinal twist. But here, if you wanted to place the blocks underneath the knee, you can. Or just let it come down to the side. And then option to keep that right leg bent or straighten it out, just depending on where you're at. But what we're gonna add to this one is you're gonna bend that right knee. And you're gonna try to reach for your right foot, just adding in another quad stretch here. Now this one might be a little bit more difficult to try to reach for those toes. So you can use your strap or your belt to reach for those toes. Just find yourself in a comfortable position on the side. You can place a block underneath your head if you'd like as well, or a pillow. And once you find a comfortable position, I just want you to close your eyes. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out. If you wanted to release that bent knee, that right knee, you can. And just letting go of your strap, it's staying in your spinal twist. And then I want you to take a big deep breath in, deep breath out. We're going to slowly make our way back onto our backs. So if you want to slowly pick up that left knee, bring it back in towards your chest, and we're just going to roll onto the back. Move those props from underneath your head if you have them. So I want you to come to lay with your legs straight for 3 breaths before we move on back into the other side. Just feeling the effects of that stretching. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we're going to make our way onto the left side. So I want you to go ahead and bend your right knee in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And here, if you have your blocks or props, you want to move it to the left side of your body. And have your strap handy if you're going to be using it. And then let that right knee fall over to the left side. Using that block if you'd like to prop it up underneath that knee. Option to straighten that right leg or keep it bent. And then we're going to slowly bend our left knee so we can reach down for that left foot. Again, if you can't reach it, we're just going to use our strap or band, placing it around the top of that left foot. Just giving it a slight pull till you feel that stretch in the thigh. And then just relaxing here in that side pose, lying on the ground. Once you find your position, take a big deep breath in. Breathe out and release. Try to release as many muscles as possible as you breathe in and breathe out. There's always one or two that we think that are relaxed, but they're still holding on, still creating tension. So use your breath, really concentrating on letting every muscle release and relax, even if you're holding it and stretching it. If you want to release that hand from your strap or your toe now, you can. Still staying in that twist. Now we're going to slowly start to unravel this twist. You can start to let that right leg straighten out. Slowly rolling on to your back. Letting your legs go straight. We're going to come into our Shavasana. So if you want to grab some props to make this really comfortable, you can. So I like to put a pillow underneath my knees. If you have a blanket and you want to put that blanket over you, you can. Making sure those legs go wide, toes follow to the side. Option to have the arms down beside you or placing them on top of your belly. Take your time to settle in to your Shavasana. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out, exhale through the mouth. Big deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out and sigh. Letting your body completely relax. Feeling completely supported by the ground. Now I would like you to visualize a white feather just at the top, resting above the top of your head. And that white feather is going to slowly float down until it rests right into your heart center. Once that feather reaches the heart, just want you to feel the energy of the heart expanding. Expanding that energy of love throughout your body. And then I want you to expand that energy out into the room around you. And then we're going to expand the energy out into the city that you live in. Keep expanding to the world you live in. And then expanding all the way out to the universe. Just letting your body relax and feel into that energy. Feeling safe and supported and relaxed. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana, I invite you to do so. Otherwise, you can start to wake up the body by moving the fingers and the toes. You might want to reach those arms up over your head, taking a big deep breath in, stretching through the body. And again, slowly start to bring the knees towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And then falling those knees to the right or left side, coming to lay on your side. And just resting here for 3 breaths. When you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed if you like. And bring your hands together in front of the chest, resting the thumbs on the chest bone. We're gonna end with 1 Om. So take a big deep breath in, deep breath out. One more big deep breath in, and Namaste.